Hey everybody, welcome to episode 57, I think, of Joys of Games podcast. We're recording this on a Thursday evening, a stormy Thursday evening, May the 4th, 2017. I am your semi-conscious co-host. I am recovering from a bad spell of allergies, but I am on the uptick. I am Josh Brown. I am joined by the shockingly not sick this week, the mostly healthy Colin Wheeler.
Yeah, I've got a good run. A whole week of having no symptoms of being sick. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
And of course, this show is going to just completely run that to the ground for you.
Probably. I'm probably going to get your sickness, even though it's allergies, through the microphone.
Most likely.
It's the power of the internet.
Next week, you'll be sick, and then we'll, suffer for 3 or 4 weeks of Colin being sick and muting the mic and trying to get better. And the pattern repeats itself. That's what makes it a pattern.
It's like the Matrix. It's that glitch. You keep seeing the cat over and over again. That's my health.
Oh, man, don't make me laugh. Don't make me sneeze, don't make me cough, and definitely don't make me laugh, because that's going to just be a mess all the way around. Colin, how are you?
I am good. I actually had a question for you. Very, very important question.
Yeah.
So it's May the 4th.
It is.
Star Wars Day.
Correct.
What
also
is
the wedding day of our friend and awesome community member, Michael O'Driscoll.
Yay, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The question I was going to ask you is not will you marry me, because I'm already married. Sorry.
One
more
day
important question.
I'll find that special person.
Maybe. We'll see. Yes, you will. Well, yes. The very important question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Star Wars game on a Nintendo platform?
Ooh. Was there a game called Super Star Wars on the Super Nintendo?
Yes.
That one.
Yeah, it was like a hack and slash, side-scrolling hack and slash.
I loved that thing. That was so good.
The game is super cool.
It was kind of hard towards the end, but I really liked jumping and doing that spin with the lightsaber, over gaps and hitting an enemy as you over the. Oh man, so good.
It definitely made it seem like Luke was way more awesome than he was in the movies. It was basically the precursor to what the prequel fights were.
I was I don't think Luke is this good of a Jedi yet. What is this game based on? I'm not sure.
Yeah. That was really good. I remember playing a game. I think it was on the NES, and it was on the Game Gear. So it was really hard to see what was happening, but there was a New Hope Game Gear game, and that thing was awful. It was so bad.
Sure.
The mechanics were so there was a sequence I remember that's a platforming where they have conveyor belts, but you have to jump up the conveyor belts to the very top to beat the level. But they put Spike in between the conveyor belts, and since I'm assuming it was the frames were off so much that you could never get past the jumping portions. So I was just stuck on this level forever because it was just so broken.
Colin, I can tell you in 2 words exactly why that game was bad.
What is that?
Game Gear.
Oh, the Game Gear was so great, though.
Was it?
It was. I loved that system.
What were good games on that?
The Sonic games, the Power Rangers. It was mostly a licensed game, honestly. Power Rangers, the movie game was really fun.
Fun or good?
It was fun.
Okay.
But the Capcom games, the Lion King and Little Mermaid, those were good.
Were those on Game Gear?
They were.
I think you're misremembering.
Nope. I definitely played them on the Game Gear.
I don't think that's true. They were definitely on Sega and Super Nintendo. I don't think they were on Game Gear, my friend.
I have 2 Game Gears in my closet.
Yeah.
And I definitely have Little Mermaid. So.
Okay, but what about the Lion King?
I don't have Lion King, but I've been trying to get a copy of it.
You're 100% sure this is a thing?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Many road trips trying to get past that Stampede level.
Lion King Game Gear. Well, how about that? How about that, Colin?
Yep.
You can buy it right now for $9.72 on Amazon.
That sounds much fun.
Or you can buy it used for $1.99.
Ooh, that sounds pretty fun.
That's more in the wheelhouse of what fun equals.
Something like that.
Okay, well, those were good games. Were they good games on the Game Gear, though? Or were you just enjoying them because you were able to play them on a Game Gear, knowing that they were good games on other platforms, but you could brag a little bit saying, hey, I also got this thing on the Game Gear also?
Yeah, I don't really know. It's a complicated question.
Sure, yeah. As with most things when it comes to handheld systems.
Yeah.
Is it good because it's good, or is it good because it's mobile?
Right.
And you're out of options.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that was the worst Star Wars game. The best Star Wars game for me, it has to be Rogue Squadron on the 64.
How did I know you were going to say that? I don't know why, but that game was stuck in my head.
It was so good.
That sounded like a call-in game.
It's so good. And I was so excited right before Episode 1 came out on Nintendo Power. They finally showed everybody how to get the Naboo Starfighter. It was actually hidden in the game. Mm-hmm. That Starfighter was so OP. It was amazing.
What was the game on the GameCube that launched with it?
That was Rogue Squadron 2.
Ah, okay.
Which I never played.
Confused. It was good. I liked it.
Never played that one.
It's also a launch game, so it's, again, hard to tell how good it was because it's like, well...
Yeah.
You know, would I have bought this at any other time? Or is it good because it's a launch game?
Right.
I'm looking at you, Bomberman R.
I'm still contemplating getting that or not.
Okay, it's not a Nintendo game, so the price is going to drop on it eventually, and you'll be...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, once it hits that $20, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Because I love Bomberman.
It's totally Bomberman, man. They didn't mess anything up. They didn't ruin the game.
Yeah.
It's just a question of, is this game worth $50 to you?
Right, and I think I had Bomberman on the 360, and that thing was like $15,
Sure.
and it looks like almost the exact same thing. So that's why I was like, oof, $60, and that's the same dilemma I'm having with Minecraft on Switch. I have it on my Xbox and the PC already, and it was $20. Yep. It's $60 on the Switch. I'm like, oof, I don't know about that.
Wait, Minecraft on the Switch is $60?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
Uh-uh.
Shut up. That's not true.
Look it up, buddy.
There's no way that's a true statement that you just made.
I was going to pre-order it, and I saw it was $60. I was like, nah, I'm out.
It's been $20 on every platform it's ever launched on.
Yep. Yes, it has. Well, now there's like a $30 one that has like DLC, but it's still super cheap.
Cave Story I'm excited for. Minecraft Story Mode, $40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Minecraft. It doesn't say a price. Maybe that was just a placeholder price, dude.
Oh, maybe. Could have been.
Yeah, because it doesn't show a price now. There's no way that game comes out at $60. I will buy you the game myself if it launches at $60.
Sounds like a deal to me.
But if it doesn't, then you have to buy me a copy and you a copy.
Oh, that doesn't sound good to me at all. Okay, so Nintendo... Wait, is this? I think it's Nintendo.com. Yeah. Oh, no, it says whoops, can't be found. But it does say $30 if you Google it.
Okay.
So that's like way more reasonable.
Yeah. Because I think that's what the Wii U version was also.
Yeah, if you look at Best Buy, they have it for $59.99. So okay, I don't really know.
I'm not going to trust Best Buy in this one.
Well, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, sorry, but not going to.
That's so weird. I don't understand.
There's no way that's a $60 game, dude. If they couldn't even justify Bomberman R being a $60 game, no way Minecraft is going to be.
Yeah. And every link that I click on, they're all like, oh, we're updating this. So maybe it is the wrong price, like all along.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was probably just, hey, this is a new game. What do new games cost? $60. Throw that up there.
Right. I hope that's the case. I really do, because that's expensive. Anyway, other good Star Wars game, Shadow of the Empire on the 64.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't. It was pretty broken, but it was fun.
Sure.
But
The Force Unleashed. Did you like those games?
Yeah, I liked the first one. Okay. Yeah. So the first one's story was good and the combat was good. The second one's combat was way better, but the story wasn't good.
See, I don't recall the stories of either one of them. I just remember I had fun playing them, and that's what I will always associate with those games. Because it felt like sort of like Infamous, except I wasn't invested in the story at all. But there was a bunch of set pieces that I was familiar with. If that makes sense?
I just like the concept of Vader having a clone, and you get to play as his clone. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was. You felt powerful playing that game.
Yeah. And that was the point.
Yeah, which was cool. Sometimes I just want to feel like a badass, you know?
I really want a like Dynasty Warriors style game, but with Star Wars. How cool would that be? Going in and like chopping up a bunch of robots and using the Force and doing crazy combos. Oh, it'd be so rad.
Not robots, Colin.
Droids.
Not droids. You know they have to be stormtroopers.
Well, they could do both.
R.I.P. stormtroopers.
Yeah, what are they called now? I don't even remember what they're called.
Do they have new names?
They do. I can't remember what it's called though. And then Episode 7 is a different type of trooper now.
I don't like that at all.
Well, we are in 2017, buddy.
That's not canon, Colin.
That's not canon.
Yeah. Star Wars games. Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff indeed.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of rumblings in the world of Nintendo recently.
Yes.
Lots of news coming out from Nintendo. We're 2 months from the launch of the Switch. Man, it feels like just yesterday, doesn't it?
Yeah. Time has flown by really quickly.
Yeah. Like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and I was like, wow, Switch came out like 2 months ago. I swear it was just a month, you know? I was just blinking and thinking, wow, the Switch came out a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 months.
Yep.
It's a hot selling thing.
Yeah, it sold 2 million in 2 months. That's pretty dang good, I'd say. I
mean, here's the thing. They sold every freaking thing that Nintendo has put on shelves.
Yeah, even they air shipped them too, which is super expensive to get them on store shelves in time.
The first week it was launched, I remember seeing a bunch of the neon Joy-Cons at stores.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I don't need to buy these yet. I'm going to wait until Mario Kart comes out. And then I'm going to get them. Because I don't want another pair of gray ones. I want another pair of the neon ones. And that way I could go all red on mine and Val could go all blue on hers, or vice versa, or whatever the case is.
Right.
I could get the gray ones. I don't want the gray ones, you know? But like with the amount of kids that we have and like being able to play Mario Kart with everybody and that kind of stuff, I was like, we could use another set of Joy-Cons, right? Man, I can't find those suckers anywhere. I'm so mad at myself for not buying them back in the day when I could have had the chance.
Yeah, most retailers are pretty consistently sold out of both the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons.
I see the Pro Controller pretty often. At least like 1 or 2 on a shelf.
Yeah, definitely more often than the Joy-Cons. Like at work, we've been only getting the gray ones, and I think we got like 1 pair of the red and blue and immediately got sold by someone that was looking for it online.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know, when does the ARMS one come out, the yellow ones?
When ARMS comes out, June.
Oh, shoot. That's a long time. Okay.
It's a month.
It's a long time.
It's a month, Colin.
It's a long time.
Everything feels like it's taking forever. We're going to blink and we're going to be talking about ARMS on this podcast.
That's true. I didn't realize that ARMS was being developed by the Mario Kart 8 people.
Yeah.
Which makes me, like, more excited about it than I was.
I'm so stupid excited for that game.
I'm still like wishy-washy about it. Like, I'm probably gonna get it.
Did you see the DNA guy?
No.
The blob DNA dude?
No.
He's like it kind of looks like he's made out of Jello.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, like the more crazy characters I'm starting to see, all I keep thinking about is Clay Fighters.
Oh no.
Which was a bad game, but it was stupid fun also.
Yeah, it was. It was really silly.
And they had some ridiculous characters. So like there's this new fighter and he's a DNA blob dude. It looks like he's made out of Jello. But like think of like if Flubber was in man form. So he could like stretch up and like you could go really tall or you could shrink down. You could like bend your body to the left and to the right. He's just like super rubbery. And I'm just like, this is the most stupid thing, but it just looks so fun to play. And now they confirm that every character will have 4 different palette swaps. So there's going to be like this whole wide variety of just customization, and I don't know. I don't understand why I'm excited for it, but it just looks fun. I can't wait to try different arm combinations on my characters, and the stages look incredibly fun. Like that ramen bowl stage. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has charm to it. It's that Nintendo charm, and it's just... I'm not as excited about it as I was like Splatoon, and I think it's because it is just 1 versus 1, and I'm already so bad at fighting games.
Look, I think there's more to reveal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw like a 4-player battle royale, especially if they have 4 different palette. Think about it. Why would they have 4 different colors for each character?
That'd be so much fun.
So that 4 people could play at one time and pick the same character, and you could tell everybody apart.
I really hope that's the case.
That's what they did with Smash, and that's why they made every character have 8.
Yeah.
It makes sense, dude.
They already said that they're going to do controller support too. Like, you don't have to use the Joy-Cons, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I would like to play that game just like on handheld mode. Like, that'd be fun.
You want to be lazy.
Well, I mean, I want to play it the other way too, like especially with like family or whatever, because that's going to be super fun. But like,
you want to be able to just sit down and play it.
Right, and I actually played. Yeah, we'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah. I don't think people are giving it a chance for reasons I can't fully explain yet. But it's just like, this is the same tentativeness that people had about Splatoon before Splatoon came out. They're like, Nintendo can't make a first-person shoot or a third-person shooter, a multiplayer, online multiplayer shooter like this, like the squids, and you're shooting paint, and what is Nintendo even doing? And then it came out, it's like, this is really good. Like, it's going to control exactly the way it should.
I think there was even after it launched, there was still a lot of skepticism, and then it was like people playing it and then like getting that feeling of, oh, I really want to play that again.
Right.
And then it just, after all the like extra maps and all the extra weapons, it became like, honestly, to me, it became Wii U's killer title. Like, out of all the games on the Wii U, I'm pretty sure
Mario Maker.
See, you love Mario way more than I do.
Yeah.
I love Mario, don't get me wrong, but Mario is like your series, but like Splatoon was just so special to me that I don't feel like there's anything else like it at the time.
Sure. As far as like the quote unquote killer app though, I think Splatoon is something that you need to sell to people. Like, you need to let them try it and play around with it for a little bit. I feel like Mario Maker, you just give it to somebody and it's like, I get it. And I like this. It's Mario, and I'm familiar with this thing.
Totally, and I'm sure Mario Maker sold more Wii U's than Splatoon did, but for me personally, Splatoon was like one of the top titles that justified my purchase.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And the fact that they kept supporting it for a year afterwards, giving free DLC like every other month, and like the weird media hype that was behind it with man, what do they call it? Splatfests and that kind of stuff. Yep. Like, it was a thing unlike anything other out there, you know? It was so weird and kooky, and the music was amazing, and
I'm excited to watch the new tournament for around E3.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
High caliber Splatoon players.
I guess what I'm saying is Splatoon worked because Nintendo made it work. If anybody else had tried to make a game like that, it wouldn't have become what it was.
Yeah.
And I feel like ARMS has the potential to do that same thing. Oh, you want a new character? Here you go. Oh, you want a new stage? Here you go.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see them totally rolling out more stuff down the road.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, it just feels, to me, I just feel like the reveals that they've shown, like especially this last Direct, I felt like it was unnecessarily long, and the way that they presented it didn't seem that exciting to me. I don't know. That's my take, but I'm probably still going to buy it, so whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah. They're going to get my money, so.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that we see a Mario Maker ported to Switch?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Now, will it be the Mario Maker that we already know, or will it be an enhanced title? I think that's possible. Like, everybody's been talking about like a Zelda Maker, I think that might be the only thing that they could possibly do with Zelda at this point that people would be okay with. They can't make another Breath of the Wild for several years, you know.
I do think Zelda Maker would be far more complicated than Mario Maker.
100%. But if anybody was going to do it, I trust Nintendo to figure out how to make that
for
happen.
sure. Yeah, because they're doing... Did you see that Namco Bandai registered for a Pac-Man Maker?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that kind of sounds cool, but the problem is I don't trust Namco to make it, so...
Right.
But yeah, I'd be
Mario
curious
Maker's coming to the Switch.
Just because, like, how the touchscreen works. Like, I hope that it's intuitive enough that it's like an iPad where you can just drag and drop stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totes, man. Totes.
Maybe they'll just do a whole deluxe line of all the great Wii U games, which I'm totally fine with, and I'll probably rebuy them.
Look at all the people that didn't play them.
Yep. I mean, look at, Mario Kart. Holy crap. Should we talk about Mario Kart?
Bring Pikmin Trilogy over.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
They have a stupid library. I mean, we know Smash is going to come. They don't have to make a new game for years, because they could just churn out all the Wii U games that nobody played, and everybody's going to be just living it up and enjoying life because they remember how good Nintendo games are, and they're mad at themselves for not playing in the first place. And everybody that did play them and own them before, they're not going to care because they loved them.
Yeah, or they're going to rebuy them again. So
absolutely, they're going to rebuy them again.
I mean, we will. So
Nintendo is in a great position. It's. I mean, think about it. Do they really have to make anything new for a while?
I mean, we
got a new Mario game coming.
If they coupled a couple key releases, so like Zelda and Mario, and then a bunch of quote unquote ports, and then Virtual Console,
and a new Animal Crossing game,
plus
that
independent,
people can check in and play every single day and do their thing.
Yeah,
plus always touching their Switch and being, Well, I mean, the more you touch it, the more you interact with it, the more curious you'd be about, hey, what's on the eShop?
Right. And that's where those independent games come in, like Stardew Valley and Yooka-Laylee and even smaller titles in that. It's just there's a lot of.
Well, think about the Wii U. How many times did you go months and months without touching the thing?
Oh yeah,
way too often, and that's why they implemented that little feature where if something new came out that they wanted to tell you about, Nintendo would push a little button and it would turn your Wii on for you, and the little screen on the gamepad would flash and say, "Hey, dummy, here's a notification because we know you haven't touched your system in 3 months."
Yeah, it didn't help too that it takes 16 years to get into the eShop, and half the time it would crash.
Right.
Versus the Switch is 2 button presses, sign in, you're done.
Exactly.
You're there.
So I guess what I'm saying is Nintendo made you look at your Wii U every once in a while by forcing notifications on you just to pick it up and dust it off to see what was going on. But if they could put something out like Animal Crossing or something else out where you're holding your Switch or looking at stuff, you're pushing a home button, all of a sudden there's a notification saying, "Hey, this thing just came out. Hey, look at me." You're already touching it. You already hold it.
Yeah.
You're one step closer to spending more money.
I absolutely want them to do more games that have daily challenges, that have like loot or some kind of reward afterwards.
Sure.
Like if Splatoon is like, get this many kills or get cover this much ground in this amount of time, or Animal Crossing could be like, get enough, I don't know, fish and you get a benefit out of it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Animal Crossing already had that because like you check in and some days things would be worth more than others. Yeah. So
holidays and the stock market and the fishing derbies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. There's always reason to do stuff on it.
Yeah.
And it was easy because everybody's playing on their 3DS, which they're carrying around with them. It's a no-brainer to put that on the Switch. So you put out Animal Crossing, you've already put out a Zelda, you're putting out a Mario, and then just milk the entire Wii U library while you sit back and make some new games. And in 4 years, surprise us with some new stuff.
They could also do 3DS ports, too.
They could do so much, Colin. So much.
There's a lot of potential there.
Speaking of 3DS.
Yeah.
Weird news.
Yeah.
So they're not coming out with a new 3DS because that would be silly. I mean, how many iterations of the 3DS can one person possibly own in their lifespan? So instead, they're making a new iteration of the 2DS. The 2DS XL.
It's the new 2DS XL.
Sorry.
You know why it's the new 2DS XL, Josh? Let me tell you why.
Because it has Amiibo functionality built in, and it has a C nub.
Yep, you got to get that nub. You don't get that nub, you're not new.
True. What a weird thing.
Yeah. They announced it at like 6:00 on like a Thursday or something.
They're like, okay, bye-bye, see you later.
It's like, yep, here we go. Here's this thing.
Here's the thing. They announced this at E3. Everybody just criticizes them beyond belief, right? You say it now when nobody cares and everybody has their face buried down the Switch. People are like, whatever. Shrug. Cool.
It's definitely their final iteration.
Yes.
Like, I can definitely tell. It actually reminds me a lot of when the Xbox 360e came out. Do you remember that model?
Yes.
And it looked a lot like the Xbox One.
Yep.
And then I look at the 2DS XL, and it looks a lot like the Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the final nail in the coffin.
Kudos to them for just finally admitting, you know what? The 3DS is over. We've moved on.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I used the 3D. I used it. Okay, so I used the 3D on Majora's Mask remake.
Yeah.
Because I had the new 3DS,
right.
And I was like, I want to check out the new 3D.
Sure.
But since then, like, I didn't use it in anything, so it makes sense that they got rid of it.
$150. I'm mad at Nintendo because I really want this thing. I have
no
reason to want it.
Why do we want this? Why? You and I are both the same way. Why do we want this thing?
Because it's new Nintendo hardware.
It's not,
and
though.
It looks really sexy.
It looks super good. It looks so good. It looks like two iPhones like clamped together. Oh,
I want it because I want to tell myself that I'm future-proofing. So when they add that capability to like sync up to your Switch and like use it as a controller or something, I'll be like, I already have one. I'm ready for this. Will that ever happen? Probably not. Yeah. But that's how I'm justifying it in my head.
If they come out with like a Black Friday sale where it's $99, are you going to consider it?
I don't ever want to play another 3DS game ever again.
It's kind of hard for me.
I want all the 3DS games like Hey Pikmin and whatever else they got going on. I want those to come to the Switch.
Yeah, I really loved my 3DS, but like I turned it on the other day and it was just like, oof.
Yeah, it's rough. Why would you want to go back to that?
It's just so hard to go back to this.
And then you glance over at your Switch screen, and you're just like, yeah, this is right.
I definitely have more like, what is it? I have less expectations when I'm playing like a retro system.
Sure.
Like I know it's gonna look bad, but then when I try my 3DS, I'm like, this is new hardware. I bought this like last year, but why does it look so old?
Yeah, it's just I don't need to feel like that. So. But I wanted to say I have it, and that's a stupid reason to spend $150 on this thing. But
I know.
We'll see. It's the last hurrah. It's the last. They said they're going to keep supporting the games into 2018. Sure, whatever. We'll get another Fire Emblem trilogy or whatever, and some other garbage little games, and it'll ride off into the sunset. Kirby will be probably the last big Nintendo game on the system, and we'll all be able to move on. But it bums me out that they made something that looks so good.
Yeah.
Like, just make it so ugly good. So I don't want it,
Right. Make it look like the 2DS again.
Give me that sweet, sweet wedge.
Yes.
Yeah. Nintendo. Don't ever stop being weird.
It's so weird.
Here's the crazy part about this whole thing, right? Is they're making this thing. They could barely keep up. Not barely. They absolutely cannot keep up with demand for the Switch. They essentially shut down production on the NES Classic because they couldn't keep up with production, and if there's going to be the Super NES Classic thing coming out, they wanted to make sure they could allocate manufacturing to that thing. And then just like, you know what? Let's just come out with this new system. That it doesn't fit the mold of anything that we've already made, but let's try to pencil this into our manufacturing schedule somewhere. That's the part that I'm having the most trouble with.
I think it's one of those things that, and this, I think it's really smart even though originally when I thought about it, I was like, this is the dumbest thing. Move away from the 3DS, please. Move on to the Switch and just only Switch. But I think it's actually really smart because of what's happening, and we've talked about this off air, is Nintendo's brand recognition is like in an amazing place right now. So people that bought Zelda and they probably bought Mario Kart and maybe like one other game, and they're like good with that, done playing with that. They're like, oh, I want to play more Nintendo games. And then they come out with this new console. They're like, oh, there's a Zelda game and a Mario game and all this other stuff on this 3DS, and it's only $150. Yeah, I want to play those games more because I love those games.
Yeah.
So they're in a good position to sell their Switches. Switch owners are that didn't have maybe a 3DS or a 2DS are going out and buying this because it looks good, and they've got an amazing library.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know. Business, man.
Business.
Is it working? Yes.
Yeah. Something is. That's for sure. Speaking of Zelda.
Yeah.
They announced a season pass for Zelda before the game came out. Everybody kind of groaned about it, which I just need to just speak on something for a second here.
Okay.
I am sick and tired of the industry professionals boo-hooing and crying about season passes. Like, the only argument I ever hear about them is, why would you give them money if you don't know what you're getting yet? Nobody is pushing anybody to buy it ahead of time. You could buy a season pass after a game comes out. A season pass is just keeping you from buying things a la carte. It's a bundle package of the DLC, is all it is. Nobody is trying to pull one over on people and make them buy season passes ahead of time just so they could swindle them and take their money and give them something they don't want to do. Like, everybody like pointed at like the Batman Arkham Knight season pass.
Yeah, right.
All you have to do is wait. Just wait. See what's in it. Do you want the season pass? No? Okay. Do you want like one piece of the DLC from it? Okay, then get that one piece. But if you want the whole thing, wait until you know what everything is going to happen. Or if you want to just take a risk, the option's yours. But a season pass isn't forcing anything on anybody. It's just giving people a chance to buy all the additional content in one transaction. And sometimes, a lot of times, that one transaction ends up being cheaper than buying everything piecemeal anyway.
Yeah, most of the time they definitely make it cheaper.
But like season passes, I think people get season passes and pre-orders confused. Because I feel like every time I hear the argument against season pass, it's always the... just wait. Why would you buy something before you know what it is? Wait until the game comes out. Wait until they announce what the season pass is. You can still just walk into a store and buy a season pass. I just bought a season pass for Resident Evil 7 2 nights ago. That game's been out since January. You know why? Because that was cheaper than buying all the DLC individually.
Yeah.
They didn't try to swindle me. They didn't try to take my money. They didn't try to sell me something that, or promise me something on one end and give me something on the other end. Like, I hate the argument against season passes.
People, like the whole season pass thing that started, the reason why people dislike it is, one, obviously it costs more money, and people are like, you know, all those features should be in the game. I'm paying $60 or whatever amount of dollars. I should be able to get all that content. I shouldn't have to pay extra. But the people that are saying that are failing to understand how expensive game development is.
Yeah.
And even if, you know, a game sells 1 million copies, it's very possible that it's just going to break even at that point.
Right.
So when the DLC comes out, there's actually quite a bit of margin available from that because I think 99.9% of the time it's all digital. So like that's pure margin on their end. So that's what they do it. But I also like there's different ways to approach it. Like there's some that I think are far too expensive and I don't choose to buy them that way. Sure. But like I remember when Battlefront came out, people were like, "Oh, it's $90 to get the complete package." I'm like, "Well, not really. It's $60 and it's $50 if you want additional maps down the road."
Yeah.
And this is the same conversation I was having with you about Fire Emblem. Like, it's concerning to me that the season pass is more expensive than the game.
Uh-huh.
But they're not forcing my hand to buy that. In fact, I appreciate the transparency of being like, hey, just so you know, the game's going to come out, you're going to love it, and we are going to have additional content down the road, and this is how much it's going to cost. So that basically puts it in my head that, like, if I love a game like Zelda, I'm like, well, I want more Zelda.
Yeah.
How do I get more Zelda? Oh, give us $20. We'll give you more Zelda. Right. Okay, here's $20.
So when Nintendo announced the Season Pass for Zelda, before the game came out, I was just like, okay, we don't know anything about it. We don't know what's going to... All we know is it's going to come in 2 installments. There's going to be 2 different DLC packs. One in the summer, one in the winter. That's all they're telling us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? I'm probably going to love this game. But, at the same time, I have no reason to give them money now. This isn't a, you have to buy the Season Pass before the game launches or it's null and void type of situation. So I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what this game's about. So it was about 2 weeks after the Switch came out and Zelda came out that I had put in so many hours of the game, and Val had already put so many hours in the game, and she had completely fallen in love with it when I sat there and said, you know what? I love this game. Val, she loves this game. I'm going to go ahead and pick up those 2 season passes for us both. Because you know what? I know that this is a game I want to keep playing. I know that whatever new content they're going to add to this, I'm going to enjoy. Because I love this game. And you know what? I was able to buy 2 season passes for the same price that I would have been able to buy it before the game launched. Did I know it was going to be him? No. But at least I was able to make that judgment, and it didn't matter when I did it. I could still do it right now if I wanted to, if I wanted to wait. And, you know, if I wanted to wait for them to announce what was in one of the packs, now would be a good time, because they announced what's in one of the packs, Colin.
Yep.
What is in the DLC pack number 1?
There's a lot of stuff, actually. I'm actually surprised by how much that they're adding here. So, it is called the Master Trials, which comes out in the summer. It comes with the Trial of the Sword mode.
Yep.
Which gives you... It's basically the Cave of Trials challenge that was in Twilight Princess.
Uh-huh.
Where you basically... It's just like a horde mode where you attack a bunch of enemies. There's 45 rooms for players to complete. When Link clears all the trials, the power of the Master Sword will awaken and will always be in a glowing, powered up state.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool because, like, even if you get... It's going to be great, like, if you play hard mode because if you get hit one time, you don't have the glowing anymore. So that's awesome.
Also, what you failed to mention on that is you start off with no weapons, no armor, no nothing. So you have to work your way up to, you know, beating that thing without the luxury of all of your overpowered weapons going into it.
Yeah, it's like the that one island shrine, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and like I mentioned before, hard mode is in there. It's basically all the ranks of enemies go up, and enemies slowly recover their health in battle. So if you're fighting a Lionel, you're trying to kill it, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna run away for a minute and try to attack him from distance. Nope, you got to get that DPS real good.
Yeah,
real good in there. Heroes Path mode, which I don't know if I like this one too much because it kind of takes away, I guess, some of the mystery of it. But basically, it's anytime you've been down an area, it'll track your progress with a green path. So if there's like roads and like routes that you haven't taken yet, it'll show you where you've been and where you have not been.
Right.
So
I'm kind of excited that. I'm kind of just I'm excited to see how much of the game I have never even seen yet.
I mean, that's cool too. I just hope there's a way you can just flip it off.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be like on your map. Like it'll be a thing where you could turn it off and on.
Because if that's the case,
and you could also scrub through it to see like after 20 hours how much have you covered? After so many hours, where did you cover?
Yeah.
It is only up to 200 hours of gameplay. So it just takes the last 200 hours of gameplay.
Only the last 200.
Doesn't that sound like a stupid statement? Like, that doesn't even sound right. I sound like an idiot saying something like that.
The last 200 hours. Oh,
I looked at that and I'm like, man, oh boy, I'm going to be cutting that close eventually.
I don't think I've ever spent that much time in any single player game before. The closest I can think of is Oblivion, and I did literally every single quest possible. I think that was like 140 hours.
Sure. I'm up to like 160 on Zelda.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I'm still at like 75. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I waited because now the Korok mask
yes.
will make players have a much easier time finding Korok locations in the game. So when equipped, the mask will shake, indicating that a Korok is hidden somewhere nearby.
I'm so excited for that.
That's going to be me trying to get all the Korok seeds.
Yeah. That's Nintendo saying, hey, all those people out there that said they're never going to get all 900 of them, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that now. Then I can really be like, all right, guys, I did everything.
Yeah.
They're also doing the travel medallion, which apparently is in a treasure chest somewhere in the game world, which will be found on YouTube 2 minutes after it launches.
I really hope that it's different for everybody.
Really?
I just want to not have to be able to look it up like right off the bat and be like, oh, okay. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun to have to find it for yourself.
That would be fun.
They'll never do that, but
no, I don't. I think
unless they drop it in a super obvious place every time.
I think that might aggravate people too.
Yeah.
Because, you're paying for the season pass and it's like, I can't find it, whatever. Anyway, so what that does is it basically makes players create a temporary new travel point on the map from when you're currently standing. So if, like, you're in an area where there's a bunch of, like, goblins that you don't think you can kill right now, but you're like, man, I really want to get that loot later, you can just throw that down and then teleport away, and then you can teleport back to it if you want to.
Sure.
Which is cool.
You know what I'm going to use it for?
What's that?
I'm going to drop it to where the dragons spawn every day and just keep coming back to that sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought that... Are we good for spoilers, or should we still hold off on that?
Yeah, I mean, how big are we talking about?
Not that big.
Okay.
I'm just surprised that you don't ever fight those things. They're just there.
You kind of do.
I mean, kinda.
I mean...
There's one. Kinda.
Well, so you've never attacked them?
I've attacked them, yes.
Okay. And you get the loot?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're not enemies.
That's what I was saying. I thought they were going to be like that. Well, one fire dragon was going to end up being like one of those cyclopses. Where after you attack it, it starts chasing you and attacking you.
Nah. It's part of the world, man.
Part of the environment, man.
You need to read the lore on the dragons.
You're right, I do.
No, seriously.
No, seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
Like journals and stuff around the world.
Oh, I think I did read about that they were like basically like the gods who created the Hyrule.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Just like Ocarina of Time with the goddesses. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Game's so rad. The last thing they added is new equipment. 8 new pieces of equipment inspired by previous characters and games of the series will be added, including Midna from Twilight Princess, Tingle, which, yes, please.
Absolutely.
From Majora's Mask.
Full Tingle outfit? Come on now.
Yeah. Phantom Mask from Wind Waker and Majora's Mask, which is obviously from Majora's Mask. So that's super
That Phantom looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. It looks super cool.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that you can switch to different audio languages. That's
not part of the DLC. That's an update that's available now. Just to clarify.
Yeah, and the English voice actors did okay, but honestly, I feel like I would just rather listen to it in Japanese and call it good.
Yeah,
it just seemed off to me. That's all.
Right.
So yeah, that's the DLC, and that's just the first one. The second one, I believe, actually is getting a whole new dungeon, which is really exciting too. Yeah. So,
but what are they going to do with the dungeon?
I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if it's. I seriously still think it. This is a prediction, whatever. Okay. That you're going to play as Zelda in the past, like before everything happens.
Huh. You know what? I bet they're going to make the dungeon?
What's that?
Temple of Time.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Make it like Oh man, would they make it like a traditional dungeon? You think?
Good.
Ooh, it's exciting.
I mean, where else are they going to throw a dungeon? You know, like that's the biggest landmark that doesn't really do anything.
I just realized just now that this holiday we're getting a brand new full-on Mario game, and we're getting brand new content for Zelda in the same year. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Now, if they could just produce enough Switches to make everybody happy with this, it's going to be a good holiday season, my man.
Yes.
Anyway, with this announcement of this first DLC pack, I was like, you know what? I'm super glad that I bought this Season Pass for myself and Val.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, if you hadn't yet, and this stuff doesn't interest you, you don't have to buy the Season Pass. Now, here's the thing. If 2 sounds good, but 1 doesn't, Nintendo's not going to sell it to you a la carte. You gotta go all in. Which, let's be real, isn't that bad.
No, $20 is like nothing.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, people. You spent $50 on Bomberman R. Let me just put that
you did. I don't know about other people, but you did.
Someone else had to have out there, Colin.
I don't know about that. Even though it's the best Bomberman to sell in the series, I don't know about that.
Exactly.
I think that's hilarious, by the way, that it's their best. Or it's either their best selling or the fastest selling.
Best. It's already the best.
So dumb.
Yeah.
That's so dumb to me.
Launch title, man.
Yeah.
If that comes out anytime in the fall or winter, it's nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Launch title, skyrocket. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Here's my prediction. Here's my bold prediction. We have new Zelda amiibo coming out, June 21st? Am I making that up?
What did you say?
June 21st, new amiibo?
Oh, amiibo, yeah. I thought you said Resident Evil. I'm like, no. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
June 21st, new amiibo. New Zelda amiibo are coming out, correct?
Yes.
Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I can double check, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's June 21st.
That's sticking out in my head. I may be a liar. However, here's the thing. They're going to have to push an update to the game to make those amiibo compatible, right? And unlock new equipment in the game.
Yes.
With that update, I bet the first DLC pack will go live as well. Push it all out at once.
So it's June 23rd, by the way.
23rd, so close. But think about it. Everybody will have their new Zelda amiibo, or the Link amiibo. They'll be excited to play, and then, hey, look at that, new DLC. It makes too much sense not to do it. So there's my bold prediction. Nintendo has not given a date, but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. June 23rd. June 23rd. Mark your calendars, folks. Okay, Colin?
Okay, I'm marking it. Hold on, give me a second here.
Pull out your pencil. Try to teach yourself how to write again.
I don't know how to do the cursive. I'm trying. So many loop-de-loops.
June... Let's talk about a video game.
Okay.
Shall we? That was all the news, right?
I was going to ask you, what do you think about this whole Raving Rabbids X Mario game?
You know what? Sure. Whatever.
We're just, once again, what in the heck is going on?
No idea. But Nintendo doesn't have to be involved with it. They could just let Ubisoft do it. And they could just poke their head and say, hey, yeah, okay, that looks good.
So weird.
It's going to be ridiculous. But you know what? I don't even care. It doesn't matter. It's a throwaway title. If it's good, then if it's better than expected, awesome. If it's exactly what people expect it is, no skin off my teeth. You know, it's just it will just exist. But if it's better than what it's supposed to be, even better for Nintendo. Let them be weird. Nintendo is best when they are weird.
That's true.
And again, I like that Nintendo is bold enough to let other people touch their properties like this. Not many people could say that they developed a Mario game.
That's true.
You know?
I still think one of the best Sonic games ever made was done by BioWare. It was an RPG.
It's a low bar to set, Colin.
That's true. That is totally a fair point. It's totally a fair point. I take it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even said that.
I mean, if you want to talk about good Sonic games, I mean, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics for the Wii, that was pretty legit.
I understand why you got those dates mixed up, though, because the Smash Bros. Ones come out July 21st.
Ah, the Smash Bros. Ones.
So, basically 1 month later.
We got news on the last 2 exclusives.
Oh, yeah. Best Buy exclusives.
Best Buy.
For the Majora's Mask Link and Bayonetta Series 2.
Player 2.
Player 2, that's right.
Good for Best Buy. It's still kind of weird that Toys R Us didn't get any exclusives.
I think they botched all their exclusives so badly that they're like, we don't want to deal with them anymore.
How so?
The Lucario one was horrible.
Okay. The entire wave was horrible.
What are the ones that they get? They got the little
the Mii Fighters, they were legit.
No, those were GameStop.
Nope. The Retro 3-pack was GameStop. The Mii Fighters were Toys R Us.
Yeah, so that one, and then they got not Kid Bowser. What is it? Bowser Jr.?
Uh-huh.
And that one was, like, sold out instantly.
Well, I mean, they could only sell what they had.
Yeah.
It was also at the fever pitch peak of Amiibo.
I just wish... Because, like, they were the only places that didn't accept pre-orders, and that bothered me.
The Lucario one, they messed up big time.
Yeah. Because I got a pre-order for that, and I got canceled. That was really upsetting.
Yeah. Different time, Colin.
That's true. If they were to get it now, I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah.
And, you know, come E3, I guarantee there's going to be more Amiibo announcements, so...
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna get something, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing. Now that there's so many Switch owners out there, the Amiibo craze... I'm telling you, the Amiibo craze is going to come back.
It will never be what it was.
No, it's not going to be... Because there's going to be plenty of supply. Yeah. But it's going to be definitely... It's going to be more, I wouldn't say, like, hard to find, but definitely, like, a little bit more challenging at first to get the new release Amiibo.
Sure. You know what they're going to do to move all those Animal Crossing Amiibo off store shelves?
Clearance them?
No. Bring them into the new Animal Crossing game that they're going to announce at E3.
They should do that so much. Holy 100%. Crap, they should do that.
Why wouldn't they? Because everybody that's going to be playing it on the Switch has an Amiibo portal. Yeah. Right? That was the problem with Amiibo before was Wii U, everybody had it, but 3DS owners, if you didn't have the new 3DS, you had to buy that little portal that would go to it. If you had an older 3DS, which not everybody did, and they weren't going to spend additional money for it, but every single person that has a Switch has ability to use Amiibo.
Yep.
That will move those Animal Crossing Amiibo. If they say, hey, you know what, we're going to use those in this new Animal Crossing game. Boom. They're gone. Sold out.
I think having the Mario Kart skins, too, is moving a lot of older Smash characters, too, that have just been sitting there.
Yeah, probably.
Which is great.
Yeah.
More Amiibo. The more they sell, the more they make, and that makes me happy.
Boom, boom, boom. Speaking of Mario Kart, Colin.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, shall we?
Oh man.
It's a pretty good game.
Oh man, Josh, it's so good.
It's alright.
It's so good.
I mean, it's a kart game.
It's
a kart
pretty
racer.
It's pretty much one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen.
Man, is it gorgeous. It's stupid how good it is.
Yeah. Just the subtle changes that they made to it. Like, I've already played all these tracks a million times.
Yep.
But the subtle changes of adding 2 weapons and adding battle mode, and like the controls just feel so much tighter to me than they did on the Wii U.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I am totally happy that I rebought this game. Like, not disappointed at all. I actually got online and played a couple matches with Brett, and it was just an absolute blast. Like, it was so easy to get online and connect with him. And I know some people are having connection issues, but like I didn't have any problems at all.
Right.
And we played battle mode. We played a few races, and like it just looks so good on handheld. Like, I was just shocked at how good and how like eye popping it looks in handheld mode.
Yeah. It's so clear. It's so crisp. It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And then in TV mode, works great. I played the battle mode for the first time today.
Okay.
With my 11-year-old, and him and I were playing. And it was the first time I've actually done with the Joy-Cons also. With the sideways Joy-Cons.
Okay.
Which I was expecting to really hate. Because, I mean, they're kind of tiny, right?
Right.
And I was like, Mario Kart, man, you just have to be so precise with it. I had no problems. No problems at all.
Yeah, as long as you have the little wrist strap, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have the little wrist strap, it's way harder because the little nubs are just too small.
Yeah. Which is why they included those wrist straps with, every Switch. Because they understand that's kind of necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked just fine. Like, I was still performing as well as I normally do with the little Joy-Con. Just as well as I would with the Pro Controller. The Joy-Con worked just fine. And the battle modes, super fun, man. Super fun. I didn't expect to like the Bomb Blast as much as I did.
Oh, it's so good. I think that's my favorite mode.
Oh, it's just chaos.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. I mean, the classic balloon battle, that's fun.
Right. I love that you can stack the bombs, too.
Yeah.
Like, you can get 5 bombs that's just like, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Just like
max is out of 10, FYI.
Yeah. Well, I blow them up too quickly to understand that.
Yeah.
But that balloon mode you were saying?
Yeah, the balloon mode. I mean, classic. Works great. The Shine Thief.
Is that the one where you have to hold the star for a certain amount of time? Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's like Oddball from Halo.
Yep.
It's super fun.
That's not a bad thing. And then the one that I was absolutely, completely blown away with was the Cops and Robbers one.
So the first time we played that, we won in like less than a minute. And my wife and I were just like, okay, well, what? Like, this was really easy.
Sure. And
then the second time we played it, like, we lost so badly. We were the piranha plant. We lost so badly. We're like, I don't understand what's going on. And then we finally discovered that like they can release their friends and there's like a switch and stuff. I had no idea.
The jail
we beat it so fast the first time. We're like, I don't get it.
Right.
So,
have you been the bad guys at all?
No, but I want to do that next.
That's so fun until you get locked up and you're just sitting there waiting for somebody to release you. You're just like, come on. Hit the switch. And you're just like, you're a rabid animal in the cage because you're still driving around. So you're just like making little donuts in this like little small elevated cage.
That's so
fun. And you can't do anything. You're helpless. You're absolutely helpless. Oh God, it's so tense. It's so good.
I could see some really cool strategies in that game too. Like have some people camping the button and like other people going around like oh man.
Yeah, because you have to catch everybody to win, but you also have to, once you catch them, protect the jail cells so they don't get released. So, yeah. I love the piranha plant weapon, too. It's so stupid. In the best way possible.
Yeah.
Chad. Good old Chad. This game, man, it's... Whatever. Yes, it's a port of a Wii U title. Who cares? It was one of the best games on Wii U. It's one of the best games in the last few years. It's just so good. Again, it's a Nintendo game, and it controls perfectly. Absolutely perfectly.
Yeah. I still... So, nostalgia gets in the way sometimes. I still like Mario Kart 64 because I have those memories attached to it, but Mario Kart 8 is by far the best one.
Yeah.
It's by far the best Mario Kart.
Everybody has their favorite Mario Karts, and it's usually because of the nostalgia attached to it. But, I mean, they didn't do anything wrong with this game.
No.
Nothing. There's no fault in it at all. And this version is just better. Which, I mean, the Wii U version was pretty good.
Yes.
Even having to buy the DLC and getting all those extra tracks and characters and stuff, now it's all included, and you get even more characters, and so good, man. So good.
Yeah.
If you own a Switch, you are doing yourself an injustice by not owning Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yep. Well, apparently 1 million people already bought it, and it's been out like less than a week. Yeah. So I'd say that's a pretty good sign that people are buying it.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. There's a lot of other stuff on the Switch. There's like a fun game pretty much every week that comes out on the eShop. I don't want to talk about any of them, though. I mean, I feel like we've talked about Nintendo enough this episode. But one just final recommendation, Puyo Puyo Tetris. Definitely give that a look. There's a free demo. Check it out. If that kind of game isn't your style, fine. I totally understand it. But if you've ever liked Tetris in any way, shape, or form, at least give the demo a shot.
Yeah, I think it is one of the best versions of Tetris, especially because you can do 4 players.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And who knew a Tetris story mode would actually work out pretty well?
It's so dumb, but so great.
So anime, dude.
Yeah, it's so Japanese. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like Dreamcast memories like flashing before my eyes all over again.
I when I play it, I pretend that I'm playing Persona and being with all the cool kids on the internet who are playing Persona. I'm just like, I'm playing the same thing. Nah, not really, but I feel like it's pretty equivalent to that.
Yeah.
So check it out. That's all I can say is check out the demo. But totally worth looking into.
For sure.
It's a good little game to just pick up and play a couple rounds of and then move on about your day. So, next week, Colin, we're going to be talking Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be a new game to talk about at some point.
Hopefully.
Then we're going to have a week of Sony. And then our Etc. episode that will be coming up in a few weeks. That is going to be our big E3 prediction episode.
Yes.
I know. You've been looking forward to it for like 8 months.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. That'll be fun. But just giving you a heads up of what we're looking at schedule-wise. That's about it, though. Man, Nintendo, just killing it these days. Just killing it. It's so nice to Nintendo not to be a dirty word.
Yeah.
You know?
It really is.
They deserve it. They've worked hard. Colin, where can people find you out on the internet?
They can find me on the Twitters at PDX_geek.
All the Twitters?
Yeah, all of them. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
They're all there.
Good. Awesome. You can find me on all of the Twitters at The Noise with a Y. And you can follow the show on Twitter at Joys of Games. Man, I am going to go take some medication. And I'm going to try to relax for the rest of the night. Because I need to get over these allergies ASAP, Colin. ASAP.
Yep.
I'm probably going to lay down and play some Mario Kart.
Hey, I'll play with you.
I said probably, not for sure.
All right, fine. Whatever.
I mean, I do have to edit this podcast and put it up for people.
All right.
If they want to listen to this, which they would be now if they're hearing this, that means I opted to do work than play video games.
So you're doing it all wrong, man. You gotta
One of us has to be responsible on this show, Colin.
I don't know about that.
I would be recording right now if we didn't. We would just be on a Skype call with each other. Thank you all for listening. This has been fun. Until next week, play some games. Enjoy them. Good night.
Good night, you beautiful people.
Mwah.